Hello, I am Doñana County Clerk, Dr. Amanda Lopez-Askin. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Chief Deputy County Clerk, Caroline Zamora.
And I'm Communications Coordinator, Cynthia Mendoza.
And we are the hosts of Preserving History and Democracy,
A podcast dedicated to the fascinating history of Doñana County and the elections of Doñana County.
And we'll also be highlighting the work of other Doñana County departments.
This is the Preserving History and Democracy podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the latest season of Preserving History and Democracy.
I am so excited that we're doing another season, guys.
Me
I'm really
too.
excited for this. I think our first season was pretty fantastic.
Well, I will say we did a lot of great fun things. We had listens. We got on all of the apps, right? The listening apps. And there's people listening. It's always excited to see when they subscribe. So if you haven't subscribed, feel free to head over to where you listen to your favorite podcast. And we are there. Just look for us, Preserving History and Democracy, Doñana County. And I was very, very pleased that we were able to get this out. We've talked about it for many, many years. And with Cynthia's leadership and Jacob's help and support, we got it done. And when I say we, I mean you all. So thank you all, and thank you for great content. Exciting things. I think kind of the ghosts was a fun one. We did some, the history is really more exciting. We always talk about elections, but the history that we've been able to highlight is exactly what we wanted to do, is make sure we give as much credit as we can to all of the work that we do, which is substantial, and it's all based on what we do for our community. So kudos to us, ladies.
Yeah, and so just to highlight some of those episodes we did, I know Amanda mentioned the ghost episode, which was a lot of fun. We did, of course, Black Dumb, which is a community in Chavez County.
Yes.
We talked about Shalem Colony.
That was a fun one, too.
We did a lot of great episodes, so please go back and listen to those episodes on season 1. Really great information.
And we have some really great stuff lined up for season 2, so make sure you listen out for those episodes. And speaking of an episode, today's episode is all about Romance at the Rotunda. So do you guys want to kind of explain what Romance at the Rotunda is for those who don't know?
Yeah, so I'm very excited about Romance in the Rotunda. I got to do this last year, and I get to do it again this year. This is all about Valentine's Day, and one of the duties of the clerk's office is to issue marriage licenses. Right. And so we're also going to be officiating that day, myself, the probate judge, and Brandy Delgado, one of our clerks. Right. We're going to be officiating weddings that day. Last year, I got to do 14 weddings.
Wow.
So I hope to break my record this
I
year.
hope those folks are still married.
I hope so, too.
Right? Let's cross our fingers and
Yes.
toes. And, you know, one of the things is sometimes we are part of events that are not so fun, right? People come in, probate is in our office, they're grieving, they might be having a hard time, or there's, you know, sometimes there's just conflict. Elections are high stake, high profile, and can be very stressful as well. So when we're able to participate, support our community for fun things like buying a new home, right? Yep. And making sure we do our due diligence there, or supporting their next step in life. You know, marriages is pretty exciting. And I can always tell when couples are coming in, there's just like a energy about them, right? I'll see them in the hallway, they're holding hands. Sometimes they go all out with their white dress and, you know, that kind of thing, which is always fun. But this is like the entire day dedicated to this. And the Rotunda, if you're not familiar with the Doñana County Government Center, is the area in which when you walk in the front, it is a large area that is basically round on top. We used to call it the Taj Mahal. But if you live in our community, you'll know it's off of Motel Boulevard, and Romance in the Rotunda is our little spin on that. So it's an exciting day. It's a fun day. There's always an energy in the air, and we try to make it as special as we can for those who decide to get married that day. And providing the service of marrying folks is what we do.
Yeah, and I really have to give kudos to the staff.
Always the staff.
Yes, they go all out in decorating. Even our guys at the warehouse love decorating. I can't give enough props to the staff because they're the ones who are making all of this happen, really. I just get to stand there and officiate weddings, which is great, but really our staff are the ones who are doing all this.
And I will say, guess who is embedded in weddings constantly? Or actually, I should say marriages and marriage licenses. is our very own Kyanne Sherman.
Yeah.
Kyanne has a new name since she first started with us, so she is actually one of those folks that got married since she got here.
Yeah.
So welcome to
Fun.
Miss Kyanne. Tell us a little
No,
bit about you.
thank
How long
you.
have you been here? Where are you from? All that good stuff.
So I'm born and raised in Las Cruces. I've been with the clerk's office for a little over 4.5 years. As Amanda mentioned, I was engaged when I started here, so I went through the whole process of getting the license myself. It was a special thing. I was talking to someone else in our office earlier about how I was very specific about what license number I wanted. I labeled it to match my marriage date.
Oh, how cool.
Wow.
I didn't know you could do all
I
that.
love your
love that.
attention to
Yes.
detail, and it really speaks to the work that you do and the detail that we do have to have, because the documents that we have are legal and binding. And you know as well as I do that many years people will come in after the fact, and it affects sometimes legally in terms of what they can do, whether it's a real
Yes.
ID or proof that they have to, so your attention to detail is greatly, greatly appreciated, and
Thank
we are
you.
very fortunate to have you in our office.
So can you tell us a little bit from your perspective what Romance at the Rotunda is and what it means to you?
So Romance in the Rotunda, I did it the first year I was here. It was a big event. It was before COVID,
Right.
so we got, like they already said, we went all out, decorations. It was a fun day. I spent my whole day issuing licenses and recording marriages. It was tons of fun. We have snacks for the couples. They come in decked out in dresses. Some of them come in, they're like, okay, I can't see the bride. Will you just face me away until she's here? And but as I already said, also, I was engaged when I started, so I did this event before I even got married and got
cool.
to see all the fun and just all these couples having a great day and in love.
Yeah, it's so sweet. I think last year was the first year I participated in it. And, it's such a fun event. Everybody's so happy about it. And these couples are they're so sweet, like you said.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
They're
always
excited
rooting
about this.
for them, I mean, I'm
course.
always like, yes, you can do this. And we know that in the United States, the rate of divorce is high. But on this day, we highlight the hope that is we will get through this. We will make it work through life. And I think it's a great way to do that for our community. And we collectively in our office are always very happy and supportive of the couples. I think we need to get like a bell or something and ring it every time one comes in. But we do get a lot, so that might be a lot of bell ringing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So
Don't give
thank
me a
you.
bell, Amanda.
Uh-oh, don't get it. Let her loose with that bell. So that's exciting. That's coming up very, very soon. And it's all day.
Yeah. And so, Kyanne, can you kind of walk us through what the couples need to do in order to get their license?
So first off, you're gonna go online if you have access to a computer. There's an online marriage application. You're gonna
So
fill
you go
that out.
to
You'll go to jonianacounty.org. Under the clerk's page, you'll go to marriage license, and it'll redirect you to the application. So you'll fill that out. It's going to give you a transaction number at the very end. You don't need to worry about printing anything from that page. As long as you have that number written down, you'll give us a call here at the clerk's office, and we can get you scheduled to come in and get the marriage license. That's just applying. That's not getting that's not getting married yet. You're just getting the license.
Okay.
and when they come in to get their license, what do they need to bring?
So when you're coming for that appointment, you and your partner will both need to be here in person with a government issued photo ID, whether it's a driver's license, a passport, government issued. It can be from another country, valid
A military?
military ID,
Okay.
great too.
All right, so they
Cool.
just need to bring their government issued
Government issued photo ID.
photo ID. Okay.
And then it is a fee of $25, which you'll pay at that appointment as well.
Okay. So
So
there
that
might
is
be
not much for 20. I will tell
It's
you.
not.
I will tell you we're one of the lowest
Right.
fees in the entire
Yes.
country. And actually, I'm heading up tomorrow to Santa Fe to talk to the legislature about that because
yeah, you're going to be testifying for a bill.
It may increase just a little bit. Okay, just keep that in mind. But
It's not bad though,
Yeah.
well,
25,
I mean, that's an
$40.
investment literally in your
Yeah,
future.
exactly.
And it is a legally binding document. And so, yeah, I don't think it's unreasonable, but we hope that with those are very fast and furious on for Valentine's Day. Romance at the Rotunda.
Yes.
I think last I spoke to Bern, she said there was about 16 appointments.
All
so,
right.
yeah,
Exciting.
That's not bad. Hopefully we fill those up. I think it's such a fun event, especially when they're going on at the same time. I think it's pretty cool.
I love when they're going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, because usually I'm at the top of the rotunda and Brandy's at the bottom, and we can like kind of see, and I get to look down and watch the ceremony.
Cute. And we have, we take photos. We post this on all our socials. So if you haven't followed us yet on any of our socials, I believe we're on all of them at this point, including maybe TikTok.
Yes, we're on TikTok now.
So if you will give us a follow, share the message. We do offer great information for our community that's topical and connected to some of the deadlines that we have. Of course, I always think of elections, but also other things. So please give us a follow and share the wealth.
Me and Jacob actually made a video about Romance at the Rotunda and kind of how the process works. So go ahead and check that out. It's on all our socials now. So
good job.
yeah.
What else are we missing, Kyanne? What else do couples need to know about for that day?
So if you're going to take part in that event specifically, once you have your license scheduled, you're also going to want to speak to Miss Byrne and get your appointment set for that day. As we already discussed, they're kind of filling up. I think last year, in total we performed 34 ceremonies that day, and there were a couple walk-ins that we were able to accommodate. But it's best to get scheduled. That way we know you're coming. We can accommodate you better rather than having to wait a little while after some other couples have had their moment.
Yeah. And also, if you're going to be taking part in any of the other events happening throughout the city, I know there's a church who's going to be doing ceremonies at Little Toe Creek on the plaza. You still have to come get your license from us. So, you still have to come see us.
Yeah. Again, it's that legally binding document. If you just want to get have a fun ceremony, good for you. We support you. But if you actually want it to be recorded, if you want it to be something that's legally binding, you will have to come through us. And that's okay. We're pretty nice. So, yeah.
So that takes me to a question that I know is like silly to us possibly, but a lot of people are like, well, why do you need a marriage license? And can you kind of explain why you need a marriage license?
Of course. So the marriage license, well, the whole process actually, we break it down into 3 steps. Kind of there's the application, when you're first going to come in. The license is the item that says that you both agree that you would like to marry each other. You can legally get married using that item. Otherwise, it's more of just like a spiritual thing. And then the certificate, which, you take to your ceremony and says you got married in front of these people on this day. And the license itself also tells your officiant that you went through the proper channels to get that license and that they are okay to perform that ceremony at that point.
Cool.
Yep. Sounds all good. We're ready.
I'm excited.
So it looks like we usually have a lot of out-of-towners that come in to do this event. And why do you think that is?
I think just in general, when we have a lot of people from out of town, I think we make it easy. We're kind of streamlined with that online application. You come in, it's like maybe 15 minutes, you get your license and you can leave, walk out the same day, get married. There's no waiting period. As Amanda stated, it's $25 right now, which she said may increase in the future only by a little bit, but still we're at a lower rate than other counties around us. So it,
other states, other counties,
other states, other counties, yeah. And like I said, you can come and get your license and walk out, get married that same day, bring it back to us, get it recorded,
right,
and start the next step in your life.
Yay.
We're looking
Love it.
forward to it. All right. Well, we want to. I think we're about done with this one.
I do. I agree.
Yeah.
So
This was a fun one.
we'll go ahead and thank our special guest, Kyanne. She was nervous, but as usual,
you did
she
great.
is a professional and does everything really, really well, and we
Thank
greatly
you.
appreciate
Thank you for
her.
having me.
Absolutely, anytime. In fact, I think next time you might take over based on your performance today. Count
Great.
on it, right?
I'm going to get an agent now.
All right. Well, again, thank you to Cynthia Caroline Jacob. And this episode was hosted by myself, Doñana County Clerk Amanda Lopez-Askin, Chief Deputy Clerk Caroline Zamora, and our Communications Coordinator, Cynthia Mendoza. We also always want to say thank you to Jacob Slaughter, our editor, who tells us what to do, exactly when to do it, and we always listen to him, as well as our producer, Bernardine, or otherwise known as Miss Byrne. In fact, when they call, ask for Miss Byrne. If you have any questions, comments, or compliments, feel free to reach us at daclerk@doñanacounty.org, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.